I am really so glad to be with you again today. I'm Joel Pate, president of SCORE Inc. and SCOREWay University. SCOREWay U is committed to provide you with excellent and timely training that will help you grow your business. How? Through the development of the inner skills necessary to take the right actions at the right time. This four-part series is time sensitive, so when you receive them in your email, be sure to watch it right away and share it with your friends, family, and through your social media. Your friends will really appreciate the gesture. And I want to thank you all for the comments that you posted for our last sessions. I think you're really making a big difference in how you approach your activities and thus the ultimate success you obtain. Today, let's jump right into a topic that's really near and dear to my heart, and I'm not sure where I picked up this slogan, but years ago I did. I want to make sure that your ladder is leaning against the right wall. Now, what the heck does that mean? You need to always be asking yourself this question. Am I spending my time on the right activity, business, product, and relationship? If the answer is yes, keep investing. If the answer is anything less than that, consider carefully your next step. It may be to make an exit strategy. Life is too short and your time is too valuable to spend on dead-end ventures or with dead-end people. And of course, you've always got folks that say, well, you know, things just happen for a reason, right? Yeah, if something doesn't work out right, it's typically because we broke several rules that you've probably been breaking for years. That's usually the reason things don't work out. You know, come to think of it, I've never heard anyone say things happen for a reason when the outcome was positive. Only when it was negative do we attempt to shirk our responsibility for entering into yet another business or relationship without first assessing all of the facts and circumstances. So how do you prevent that from happening? I wanted you to take the time and deal with the adrenaline junkie. Yeah, that's right. I'll even admit it myself. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I need a hobby that doesn't cost as much as starting another project. I personally wasted millions of dollars on projects that failed or that I abandoned after considerable expense and effort. And of course, I've made even more money on the good ones. The key is to recognize the demon, okay? For me, it was the actual physical high I get from thinking about an idea, working through the factors of it. And it's not that my thinking or my planning is flawed. Most, if not all of the time, the failures were due to the people that I chose to help me with the project. In most cases, I didn't detail the plan sufficiently. Thus, there was no way to delegate it to others to have a positive outcome. Why? I just didn't have enough time. But we will get into delegation later. That's a key for you to learn. With a lot of therapy, I've learned to think through a business opportunity, committed to an outline, to enjoy the high, but then move on if appropriate and realize that I don't have enough time, money, or bandwidth to engage in that enterprise or that relationship. Doesn't meet my high standard. Most ideas are too small and some are just too large, but most of them don't fit within your ability to accomplish them, so just don't do it. Another key is to write down the business and the projects that you have on your plate right now, or in staging environment, or in a beta test environment. Consider soberly how much of the remainder of your entire life is going to require to execute on them. Usually you'll realize that you don't have enough time to do those, much less anything else. Actually, that's the takeaway from this session. Let's just stop right now and do that. Write down all of your current responsibilities, your current short, mid, long-term plans. Assign time and dollar values to each of them, and really decide soberly what must be eliminated and what must receive more attention. What's working, you've got to feed it. And then when new ideas come along, determine what you'll have to eliminate that's on your current plan in order to even begin to think about taking on another project. This little exercise will keep you from climbing down your ladder that you're on now to put it against yet another wall, only to realize that it's the wrong wall too. You don't have time or resources for any of it anyway, and the new project, maybe the new customer and the new affiliate, it's just a waste of time. Hopefully what you're already working on has substantial value and really needs to be fed properly. Count the cost is another thing that we've got to do as a key element. In order to assess a business, affiliate, or marketing opportunity properly, you've got to first determine if you have the money, the time, the real knowledge, and resources to carry out the mission. If not, don't just start and hope that it all works out for the best and it'll work itself out. Okay? I've done that before, and I know many of you have as well. If it's a marketing opportunity, for example, work on a revenue sharing basis or no basis at all. If it's buying leads, have the lead vendor send you X number of leads to test the conversion. If they're not willing to do this and take their ownership themselves of this, then you need to find another vendor. I joint venture a lot of things in my life, and I'm able to do that because things I've done are successful, and some of them weren't, of course. But they want to do business with me. Okay, so you've got to be honest with your JV partners. Tell them what the whole deal is. Create a solid plan and submit it to them under a non-disclosure agreement. You'll be able to find someone to help you and invest in your beta program with you, if it's even worth doing, and to help you cover your bases. Know what you're talking about. Be conservative in your projections and hit your numbers. And then the relationship will grow and be able to flourish. Your only real resource, by the way, is your time. While money is definitely a resource, we'll cover that in another section, time is the most critical of all resources and truly the only one that really matters at the end of the day. Don't misunderstand me. Money is a critical part of the enterprise. Thus, you want to make sure you're spending a time with people that make a difference in your life. If a person is too difficult, you ought to consider eliminating. Now, don't consider, just eliminate them as soon as possible from your inner circle, and maybe even from your outer circle, and perhaps even as a customer or an employee. From a customer standpoint, if you can name a customer that stands out as just a pain in the you-know-what, make a plan to refer them to a competitor. Think about this as soon as possible and ask for a residual or commission. If it's an employee, ask them to document their job. If they are really a problem employee, then remember this, you'll know it right away because they're going to drag their feet on the task. They mistakenly think that documenting their job will cause them to have less job security. But they must know that anyone and everyone that doesn't document their job properly does not have any job security at all. Never ask someone to do something more than twice in this area. If they won't do it, you need to understand that they're the problem. Every man and woman listening to this teaching today has one thing to really understand that's important. You've got to realize your real assets: God, family, health, time, energy, people in your mastermind group, and your quantum amount of knowledge. It is critical that you recognize and understand, begin to manage and appreciate these assets. They will serve you well if you protect them and place them, just like the tip of a sword, only where they need to be. Information, as you know, is golden, but in order to get the most out of information, you must be prepared to listen so that when you hear it, you'll have the real ability to sift and sort and benefit from it. The last thing you need to do is go to another education event where you're given opportunities to buy into this pitch and that pitch without first knowing your current position, controlling your energy, wringing out of life the fears that block you from executing at your highest and best. That's why we have prepared this training in advance of the announcement to launch the industry's only credit repair summit. Yeah, of course, I know there are other events that invite credit repair operators, but you have literally never seen anything like what we're going to do at the Credit Repair Summit. At this hour, we have over 40 topics that will be presented by absolute world-class business owners and consultants, and in the best of the best in each session. Only one thing is going to be missing from the Credit Repair Summit: a sales pitch. The Credit Repair Summit is content, event that will help you learn to start, run, and profit from the credit repair business. But don't let that dissuade you from coming in the event that you're a 20-year veteran. Each session has been developed with each participant in mind, where necessary supplemental information will be provided to a new company so as not to allow the veteran to experience the ultimate event as well. It's an event for everyone. It's never too early to register for this online event that will be launched the 1st of October. Purchase your access now by clicking this link. Now, if this video has been valuable to you, I want you to do the following for me. Share the wealth of knowledge with everyone you know, like, and trust via the social media links below. Tell us what you liked best about this video and comment as well. Remember to become, choose the right activities to invest your precious time in, and align yourself with the right opportunities to become the best business person you can be. Stay tuned for our 4th and final video in the coming days. Take full advantage of this time-sensitive video training series now before it will expire. It'll expire in just a few days. And remember to spend 30 minutes per day improving yourself, because it will strengthen you and cause your business to soar.